Hi Sean.
Hello.
Could you please introduce yourself and your movement?
Yeah, my name's Sean. We're at Occupy Liverpool at Wellington's Monument by St George's Hall in Liverpool city centre.
How long have you been camping here?
Just over 2 weeks. I think we're on about day 16 now, 16 or 17.
How did all this start?
Well, people were following the Occupy movement from like Wall Street in America. I think they took a lead from like the Arab Spring as well. And then obviously the movement's just grown rapidly all over the world. I think I see somewhere there's like over 2,000 communities all involved in like the same thing, all standing for the same thing, which is basically economic equality. At the moment, 40% of the world's wealth is owned by 1% of the population. And obviously we're not really against all business and all capitalism and all forms of capitalism. It's more about the corruption and the exploitation behind large numbers of that. So we're not against everybody making money or being successful. We're just about people exploiting other people through that as well. And why, like when there's people starving or there's people who can't afford to live, and then at the same time there's people who've got billions of pounds who aren't contributing in any way to society.
How do you think the change will happen?
I think at the moment we're still in really early stages. The Wall Street camp set up in September, and at the moment I think the focus is very much on involving as many people as possible and getting the message out there. Because one thing I've noticed here is everyone really agrees with what we're doing. The majority of people, like when they talk to us and find out why we're here, they agree with what we're standing for. And then sometimes people come and join us as well. And I think it's about getting as many people involved as possible, raising awareness so that everybody out there knows this is going on and this is why it's happening. And then from there, when we've got like large numbers of people, obviously we're told that we live in a democracy, so the numbers should speak for themselves.
Are you satisfied with the support you're getting?
Oh yeah, definitely, especially locally. It's been really good. There's been members of the public bringing in food, blankets, all sorts, tents, and even just coming along. There's people who just come down every day who can't camp for whatever reasons, but they come down every day and spend time with us and just sit and chat and make us food and things like that. A guy came down the other day with loads of potatoes and stuff and cooked us all dinner, so that was good.
Brilliant. Are you planning on spending Christmas here and New Year's Eve?
Yeah, definitely. I am anyway. I think a fair few of us will be.
How do you think you would manage that?
Well, there's a guy called John from a Ryanair Don't Care campaign, and he's bringing us down Christmas dinners on Christmas Day, and he's going to spend Christmas Day with us as well. And then a few other people have said they're going to come down and spend Christmas with us, so that'll be good. We're having a Christmas party on the 23rd of December where we're going to have some local bands playing and things like that as well.
Really good.
Yeah.
What do you think of the role of media about this?
The local media have been quite supportive, but the mainstream media, like obviously you've got like Sky and things like that, they're obviously owned by like the rich corrupt people that we're standing against. So especially in America, the media have really tried to cover up what's going on with the Occupy movement, but then eventually the numbers got that big they couldn't really hide what was going on. But they still try and talk down activities and events and things like that, and try and talk down the movement and put their own negative spin on it. But locally the media have been fairly supportive. We've been in like the local papers and on the radio and things like that. I think alternative media is really big nowadays anyway, and obviously through the internet that's how the movement really got out there, and it's a lot more difficult for the people in charge to like control what's going on the internet, and it's a lot more about individual expression, and people can get their own message out there through that.
Obviously there are people who do not agree with this movement. What would you like to tell them?
The people who we've experienced who haven't agreed with the movement have been arguing with us about what we're standing for. Like there was a woman yesterday who was complaining that her pension's been stolen by the government and she's paid tax all her life and things like that, and couldn't see that that's what we were fighting against. She was angry at us for being here, whereas really she was angry as the same thing as we are, the same thing we're fighting for. I think a lot of people just don't really understand what we're about, and I think also some people, especially the older generation, they've just been told to get on with it and deal with things, and they haven't really been taught to question things. And I think that's like the beauty of the movement. It's starting to get people thinking, is this the way life should be?
Have you tried like another strategy of going and talking to people and raising awareness about this movement?
Yeah, we go out on weekends with a megaphone and we demonstrate outside banks and tax avoiding corporations. and just talk to the public. So while one of us is talking on the megaphone, the others will be handing out leaflets or talking to members of the public, trying to relate what we're standing for to their daily lives and like issues they might have faced. And then obviously the camp's here 24/7 now, and we always have a constant presence. We have someone up all day and all night, so anyone who's walking past and wants to know what's that about, there's always someone here to talk to them and explain why we're here.
And how did that go?
Yeah, really good. The public, they beep as they drive past to show support for us, and then people going on nights out, they stop and they'll talk to us and see what we're about, and on the way back they'll bring us chips or something from the chippy, so it's really good.
Have you got a message to send to the world, the rest of the world, about Occupy Liverpool?
Just that we're not going anywhere for the time being, and support your local Occupy camp. If there isn't a camp locally, maybe you could look at getting a few people together and setting one up. Demonstrate your right to peaceful assembly and question everything.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.